Hi friends, welcome to my channel Hadoop Mentor. My name is Veera Ravi Kumar. As part of this video, we are going to see how to install a Flume, and we are going to see one or two examples on Flume. Right, so that's agenda for this video. We are going to see how to install a Flume and how to configure Flume, and we'll be checking one or two examples in as part of this. So we already installed Kafka, we have installed Scala, we have installed Hadoop in the previous videos, and as part of this video we are going to see this how to install Flume. So as you guys know it, we can install the Flume software or any other software in different ways in a different method by using different methods. Here I'm going to show you easiest method how to download and install the Flume. So as part of this video, so I'm going to download Flume from Apache and extract it and set the path. And what we're going to do, so after setting it, whether it's working or not, we can use no Flume ng-version to check whether it is working fine or not. And after that, we will be doing some example, so we'll be testing whether it's working fine or not. So based on that, we will be checking it how it's working or not. Okay, so let's go to Apache website to download the softwares. As I know the website is already, you can say just type archive.apache.org/ you can say dist. If you didn't remember this, you can just go to Google and you say that Flume, Apache Flume download, Apache Flume download, and you choose the your Apache site, or you can directly go with the flume.apache.com, and from there you can download it. So from there, from here you can, anyway we have the binary code. So as soon as either you go to Apache Flume or flume.apache website, or if you go through this archive.apache.org.dist, here you will be having something called Flume. You have something called Flume. Click on the Flume. As soon as you click on the Flume, you will be having multiple versions on this. So in these versions, we'll be having a two set of files. One is the binary file, another one is the source file, and the rest of these three files are like an archive files. You no need to worry about them. So for the download installation, for the download thing, I mean to our installation part, we have to download the bin directory. Sorry, flume-bin.tar file. This bin contains the binary code. So where we need the binary code for to install, or I can say to make use of the tool. Okay, so either you can click on this or either you can click on this. Okay, so they'll start downloading it. I just had downloaded because it is taking quite 2-3 minutes of time based on your internet speed. So I already downloaded. So we know that once we download, it will be there in your download folder. Here, the copy and go. So as part of our sessions, what we are doing, I'm keeping everything in the softwares. So in the softwares, you can paste it here, keep it here, and the same copy you can in earlier videos, what we have done, we have moved to the software version. From this, we have used some command called tar command, right? So tar command we have used to untar it. So in this case, what we are going to do, I'm going to show you a very other simplest way. Copy paste the tarball here, copy paste it, right click and extract here. As soon as you say right click extract here, it will start extracting and will keep it in this here. So I don't like to keep this much very big name, so I just made it to very short name by removing this. So by removing this bind and bin and all those things. So anyway, I have already done that, so I'm removing it. So here we have something called Flume. So Flume directory has been created. I'm keeping them 1.2.6. If you see all my softwares, they have a version along with them. Why I'm keeping them along with the version? Because I need to understand as soon as I look into this. So after a month or after 2 months, if I come back and see this, what is the version I'm using? So I know I have to go ahead and see. I have to go ahead and see like what is the version I'm using. right? But here I no need to see that. I can directly go and log in into my Hadoop PNV. I can see what are the files and what is the versions I'm using. What is the Kafka? This is the version. If it is Hadoop, this is the version. If the Flume, this is the version. Or Scala, this is the version. Or Spark, this is the version. I can directly see the version names. That is the reason I'm keeping the version names along with them. Okay. Okay, so what we are going to do now, so we are going to configure this. We are going to understand what is the folder structure and the directories in this. We have a bin directory which contains all our binaries to start your services, and we'll be having something called conf to do the configurations on this. So the rest of the docs and libraries to keep all your library files and all those things, release notes and license and notes and readme and all. So here we need to understand about the binary. In the binary, you have something called .cmd and .sh, and .cmd is for the your Windows files, and .sh is for the Linux environment to start the services. If you go open and see this file, it will clearly saying that where what is the application is, what is the agent application, what is the client it is our CLI client, and if you see the version, if you have the Flume version, and if you have the Flume class, it is the one, and all this is some script file to start your services, a Flume service, right? So this is something is available in this. So we are not going to disturb this. Let it be same. So we're not going to disturb this, let it be the same. So the next file what we need to understand is configuration file. In the configuration file you have something called flume-configurations. Flume-conf-dot-properties-dot-template. Okay, sorry guys. So we have something called flume-com.properties file. It's a just template file, like you have how you have a template files in your other installations like a Hive, and when you go for a scoop, there you have some template files for the templates. So here we need to understand few things when you are installing Flume. So first, before getting into that, we're going to talk about what is Flume. What is Flume? So Flume is a tool which will collect and aggregate and transfer the data to HDFS. From where it will collect, from what it will aggregate, from to where it will to transfer. So Flume is the tool who will collect the information from a different machines who produces the data, and it will put into HDFS. How? There is something called Flume agent. There is something called Flume agent, which contains three components. Source. The source says that to which source I need to connect, from which source I need to collect the data, from which source I need to collect the data, which the source can be anything. There are different kind of sources are available. We'll be seeing all on the detail in the different session, which is part of our code. So I can say the source are like your Netcat is there, your directory is there, your Auro is there, your executions are there. There are different kind of sources are available. Okay, and it will collect the data from the source, and it will put through a channel. What is a channel? What is a channel? Channel is a kind of a buffer memory, a kind of a buffer storage who will keep some data into the channel. Why it has to keep, I'll tell. So there is something called sync here. So it will collect the data from the source, and it will transfer through the whatever it collects, right? The collected data will call as the events, Flume events. The Flume events will be transferred to channel, and channel will hold it in, and it'll send to a sync. Why? The sync is nothing but the sync is like your HDFS or your just a log or just a terminal to display the content. So sync is a different kind of syncs, even your Auro. So there are different kind of syncs. Now why we need a Flume at all? First thing, why can't I load the data without using Flume? So you may ask that why can't I use the data directly using hyphen copy from local, or by using hyphen put command, or by using hyphen move from local? Why can't I use this command? Why should I go with the Flume tool? So very nice question here. So Flume is a tool which will get the data continuously from the server and will put into HDFS. These commands are to put the data which is already exists like a batch data. The data is already exist like the data is already exist. That data we need to put into HDFS. That's time we'll use these commands. Let's assume that there's someone is generating the data very frequently. As soon as the data is get generated, I want to put into HDFS. So that time these commands are not helpful. So what we will do, so there is something called Flume agent. Flume agent is nothing but whatever the software you have installed, right? Just now, that's a Flume agent, right? The Flume agent will contain source and channel and sink. The source tells that to whom I need to connect, from where I need to get the data. And while getting the data, it will keep in the channel. Why should I keep into the channel? So why can't I directly write into HDFS from the source? That's a very good question, because the data is getting generated here, and there are different kind of channels we have to use, or different kind of channels are there, or different kind of sinks are there, right? Now I want to send the data from one source, and I want to put into HDFS, or I want to put into HBase. I'm generating the data. I want to put the data into HDFS as well as HBase. So you need a multiple channel there, and I'm generating the data, but this data is belong to some kind of log data. I don't want to put into HBase. I want to put into HDFS. So these kind of scenarios are there. To handle that kind of scenarios, we'll go with the channel and sink. In the sink, right, the sink is actually the end point of your data. So I'm getting this data from the source. I want to put into HDFS. Where I want to put it, it's in HDFS or HBase, right? Now, why should I need a channel in between? Why should I need a channel in between? The channel is a kind of buffer memory who holds some amount of data for some time. Why? Because let's assume that my source is keep generating the data and my sink is writing the data into HDFS. If there is a time mismatch, let's say the data, this is generating very fast and this is writing very slowly. So then it's a problem, right? It's generating the data, it's not able to write. So delay, the performance will go down. So what it will do, whatever the data is generating by here, it will keep in the channel. And as soon as it completes it, it will pick from the channel and it will send the acknowledgement to this source. So that is the reason we have a three different components here. We will talk very detail about each and every component later point of time, I mean in our regular class. So this video we are purely dedicated for only installations, but here I'm going to explain this configuration file. That's the reason I brought over these three terminologies. So there is something called agent. So which agent I'm using? The agent, as I said, multiple agents can be there. Multiple applications are running on multiple agents. Multiple applications can keep a data into HDFS. eBay can put a data, Amazon put a data, Flipkart can put a data, or my own application can put a data, or my Twitter can put a data. Different applications can put a data. So for each application, we'll be having a dedicated agent. Dedicated agent. So here, each agent contains, as I said here, each agent contains source, channel, and sink. So I need to tell, oh, this agent is what is a channel. For this agent, what is a source. For this agent, what is a sink. So I'll be configuring them here. I'll be configuring them here. So for if I have 10 agents, I'll be writing 10 times here. I'll be writing this 10 times. But most of the cases, what we will do, we will not override this. What we will do, most of the cases, we will copy and we'll paste it here and we'll rename it. We will rename it. I don't want to change this properties file. I'll rename it saying that flumeconf hyphen, let's say I'm going to show you Netcat. I'm going to show you some example which is Netcat. So I'll rename it. Then I will open my this Netcat configuration file. I'll open my Netcat configuration file. What I will do here, I will say agent 1, or I can say netcat agent na dot source equal to NA source, or I can say just I can say NA source, NA source, NAS. I can say one. I can have multiple NA Netcat agent channel, and I can say my NA channel one. I want sync. As I said, syncs are different kind of syncs. It can be logger sync, it can be HDFS, it can be something else, different kind of syncs. I'll say Netcat agent syncs, and I'll say here Netcat sync 1. But NAS1 is already there. I can say here Netcat logger, Netcat logger 1, Netcat logger 1. So now I have configured this. I have configured this. I need to specify I need to specify what is my what is my what is my this NAS source is there, right? What is the source type? I need to specify what is my source type. So actually this is your NA and this is your NAS1 and this is your NA and this is your NA NAC, and you can say memory channel, you can say memory, and this is NA Netcat syncs here NAL1, here one we are missing, and type is logger type. And there are some more configurations what you can configure them, like this is already we have specified. Source type we have specified, and we have specified a channel, and we have specified this logger. So I don't need this one, I can comment it. Channels memory type, memory channel, I mean they have given the names like this, so I also don't know this, so already have configured is a memory type. And there is something called agent. Agent is nothing but NA channels dot your memory channel. What is the memory channel? Your NA1 only, right? So your your channels dot NAC1, NAC1 capacity. What is the capacity? How many bytes it can hold? How many bytes it can hold in the memory? Okay, there is one more. You can also specify the transaction capacity. Also, you can specify transaction capacity. Also, you can specify CHANNALS dot NAC1 dot transaction capacity, transaction capacity. So anyway, we are not going to do very big things here. We're just going to show you some small demo. We no need to worry about them. We just keep it them. So now we need to buy. We have configured your source, channel, and sync. So sources I have said source type is. So the source type is here. What the source type we are going to use? We are going to use Netcat, right? That's what I have going to show an example. Netcat, right? So, and what is the source is bind with whom? This source is bound with whom? We need to bind, right? So if it is a netcat, to whom I'm listening, I need to tell to whom I'm listening, right? So he's listening to localhost. He's listening to localhost. Here it's called bind, right? And okay, I'm listening fine. To which port I need to listen? To which port I need to listen? So I need to specify that as well. I need to specify that as well. So you can specify the port number here. You can give any number, but I'm giving you triples 57s, right? And your sync already have specified is a logger. Sync already has specified logger. My channels are memory type channel. And let me bring this also at the top. Okay, this is my channel and this is my sink. This is my sink, and forget about the other. We don't need to worry about them. Okay, so this is my channel. I have specified, and I have specified the all my uh, sink and channel, and I have specified about this what you call source as well. So is that done? Yes, we have done with our configuration. We have done with the configuration. Now just save this file. Now just save this file. So saving this file is done with the setup. Yes, setup is done, but the thing is, but the thing is, what we need to do? What we need to do? We need to set the class path. We need to set the class path, right? We could have do it before only, but fine, we will do it now. cd gedit dot bash rc and go here and here Flume. So export Flume underscore home equal to get the path, copy, paste it here. So export path. So I'm doing everything in a separate paths, or you can also do it in single path. Okay, so I'm doing in separate path equal to path colon and equal to colon dollar flume underscore home /bin directory. Okay, you can also configure flume conf. You can also configure flume conf. So that's if you are really want to configure the flume configuration, you can configure. It's not mandatory step, but you can configure. Explore flume underscore conf underscore home. What you can do, or you can say dir. What you can do, dollar your Hadoop, your Flume, not Hadoop, Flume underscore home /conf. You can also specify that. We don't need it, but we can specify it. So you have specified it. Just close that. Then go here. So once you edit your bashrc file, we need to do a source.bashrc. We need to do source.bashrc. Now, once we're done with the source.bashrc, I would like to understand Flume is installed or not. So as soon as you type Flume ng and press enter, it will show you the help. It will show you complete help. Okay, and just go ahead and try version Flume ng and version. So it will show you the Flume version. Okay, it is showing 1.6.0. It means our installation is success. Our installation is perfectly correct and perfectly right. So here different options are available, commands like a help, a agent, auro client, and it's like a conf -c. Even you can give -conf or a -c, -hyphen class path or capital C, or you can specify these properties, each and everything. You can specify -hyphen name or name. So we will talk about that, what is the each and every configuration as part of our regular training or regular class. So this, so now we have done with the setup. We have done with the setup. So because we are using to demonstrate, we are using we are here to demonstrate, we are using Netcat, right? So we are saying Netcat here. So to check Netcat is nothing but listening a specific IP address and port number where the data is getting generated. Nothing else, guys. Netcat means there is an IP address or port number where the service is running to get the data from there. So now I need to understand. So which service and whether the service is running or not. How will I know that? How will I know that? So I have to use Telnet. So do you have a Telnet in this? Yes, Telnet is there. Okay, so if Telnet is not there, okay, I think UUIT. Wait. So if Telnet is there, Telnet is there, you need to install Telnet. How to install Telnet? apt-get install Telnet. Telnet. Install Telnet. So anyway, the Telnet is already installed in my setup. It says that unable to log administrator directory. Okay, it seems that someone is already this what do you call this dpkg is already locked. Anyway, I'm not going to do this, and I don't need to worry about it. So now, or I can close it and reopen, it will work. Okay, so if you really want to install EVC apt, I can get sudo apt-get install telnet. Okay, before it was telling that the root has been locked. Suppose if you want to process it, you use that root. So I didn't use the before sudo, that's why it was given error. So you can say here and you can give the password for this and it start downloading it. It's saying that is already there. The latest version of the telnet is already there. So that's what I was trying to explain before. Now, what is the telnet? Telnet is pinging or connecting your difference from the source to destination. I'm connecting from this machine to, I'm connecting a specific service. So let's say that there may be so many services are running in Hadoop, right? So let me say okay, let me say I have SSH in this. I can show you that I have SSH service. So let me check whether I'm able to connect to SSH service or not. Telnet localhost host 22 is the port number. So it is listening. It is listening. It's connected to localhost. It is listening. So if I want to come out, I just press one more time, it will come out. Let's say you are running Hadoop fs all.sh. I'm running the services. Okay. So telnet localhost 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 50070 connected to localhost. Yep, it's listening. You just can control C it's to come out. Okay, fine. We are able to do a telnetting. So 1 second, guys. Now we need to run your Flume services. As of now, we didn't run the Flume services. We need to start our Flume services. We have just configured our all Flume agent. We just configured a Flume agent. We have installed the Flume services. Now we need to run a Flume service, right? We need to run the Flume service and we have to specify from where it has to run, right? So how we will run the Flume services? It's very simple, guys. So there is some command where you need to execute. Let's say, let me show you the command here. Let me type the command here. It is, you have to go to bin directory. Inside the bin directory, flume-ng. Just now I have shown you agent. You can give agent, name, or you can say -n, and you give the agent name. So our agent is NA. Our agent is NA. -c, I have shown you before. -c is nothing but a conf. So you specify conf directory. You can specify conf directory slash your, what is our Flume configuration? Flume -conf -nets netcat netcat dot properties dot properties. So you can execute this. You can execute this by default. So let's move to execute this command. Cd dollar flume. Oh, go here dot slash. Okay, say cd bin, and here let me execute this. Slash flume ng. I can say agent hyphen n, and agent hyphen n is name. Okay, hyphen name we will say, no, hyphen n is the name. Okay, our name is na, and hyphen c your conf. Say conf hyphen f or configuration file. Where configuration file is there? Conf file is not there. One second. Dot slash conf. Slash conf. I need to specify dot slash conf. Yeah, conf our flume hyphen netcat. What is our file name? Our file name was con hyphen conf netcat. Conf hyphen netcat dot properties. Netcat dot properties. Press enter. So it will start loading all the dependencies, and it started. I think it is not started. It's showing with some error here. Flume configuration component has no type. Cannot configure NAC1. Your channel has some problem. NAL1 added sync but could not configure channel NAC1 due to component has no type. So let's go ahead and look at here. The configuration does not have any type. And NA is telling that NAC type. NAC nothing but your channel. Your NAC channel. Okay. So it is telling that you specify the channel type. What type of channel you are using? It is telling that what type of channel. So we will be using memory. Okay. It is telling that you didn't specify the what type of channel you want to use. So we have done a small mistake here that we will be correcting it now. This is NAC sources. This is wrong. This is wrong. CHNLL channels NAC type your channel type. So first look at one by one after one. You have three and all three sources, and you have specified three sources here, and we have specified a sync. We have specified the sync. We'll go order by. Okay, and after this we have specified the sync, and we will specify the channels. NAC capacity is 100 and NAC type is memory. NAC type is memory, and I don't need the transaction capacities and all those things. We don't need this. Now you go ahead and try to execute it. Control C, Control L. Go ahead and try now. Now also some error. Failed to configure component. Which component? Could not configure source NAS1 due to fail. So NAL1. What is this? sinks nal1 dot type. Okay, it's correct. And let's see the try to understand the problem. So giving errors is too good. We will learn the new things. Okay, no channel to set NAS1. No channel set for NAS. No channel set for NAS. Since sources sources it's a sources or source. So let's go ahead and see the Apache Flume. I think it's a sources Flume setup. You can open the release notes of the Flume. Now you can directly see that. You can see the guide itself. So if you want to, if you're feeling something, I don't know what the mistake I have committed. Let's see. I have okay. I have sources and sources dot sources one. I have committed. I have same sources dot nas1 all are nas correct only nas1 bind type bind port correct. And next one sync only sync is NAL. I have set that as well. NA dot syncs only, right? Yep, syncs. NA dot syncs dot type logger logger logger. Please check is there any comments. So no, I don't think no comments are there. No comments are there. And next one is channels. Yeah, we need to bind these two. That's the thing. That's the problem we did. We need to bind this. We need to bind here. We didn't bind them. So clearly telling that we have to bind. We didn't bind it. Paste it here. And your NA source NAS one channels is what is your channel? NAC NAC NA since NAL one channel is NAC1. It's very simple. What is trying to say? See, the sync should have at least one channel. If there is no channel, there is no point of having the sync, right? The channel will be connected to sync. The sync has to be channel has to be there for sync, and there is no point to, so without having a channel to source, there is no point to have a source. Source should be bound with the channel, and sync should be bound with the channel. That's the reason this configuration. Okay, and channel, let's check guys this one is correct or not. And syncs source can have multiple channels, that's okay. Okay, and also one more thing I want to make you aware, or I want to tell you here. If you have a multiple sources space and you give the name, space give the name, space give the name, no comma nothing guys, just you need to give space, that's it. And you specify that. That is the reason one source can have a multiple channels. That's why it's specifying here is there any other channel. So sync will have only one channel. One channel will connect to only one sync. One sync will have only one channel. Two channels cannot connect to the same sync. Now it will work. What happened? Control C. Come out, buddy. Properties. Yeah. Still one more error. It is telling that the range is okay. The range beyond the range we have given. So that's also another area. We'll go with 444. Yeah, so starting your sync, it is starting your source, it is start source also started. So creating, see here, created, and this and it's listening this. It started. It is started without any error, right? Now let's open one more terminal here somewhere. One more terminal here. Now I'm going to say, I'm going to telnet to the specific service. I'm going to telnet to the specific service, this one. What is this? This is our local host IP address. This is our local host IP address. Okay. So I'm going to connect to this one. You can take anything here. Telnet, telnet, local host. So which port is listening? This one. Press enter. And here you can type anything. Welcome to my channel. My channel is our Flume channel. Huh? Press enter. Okay, it is sent. You can go ahead and look at here. You can go ahead and look at here. Welcome to my, what happened to the rest of the thing? Because your telnet will holds only 15 characters. Try count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think it will start from the 0. Okay, start from the 0. And let's type one more message here. Please go through other videos for other setup. Here also you can see same length. It'll holds only 15 characters of size. It holds the 15 characters of size. So here, if you guys remember what we have done, we have just using a Netcat service. So it is the logger. We are not going to save anywhere. We're not going to save anywhere. We didn't save this in HDFS. We just, whatever you have typed in your agent or source, that is getting printed into other console. That's the only thing we have done. Suppose if you want to read the log from one terminal and you want to load into HDFS, we can also do that. So what we need to do for that, we need to specify our sync type is this, and how to specify the complete HDFS properties over there. Okay, that we will see in the next video under on the other playlist for the Flume. Okay, that we are going to see in other playlist will be there. In other playlist we'll be talking what is a Flume, what is the agent, what is the Flume event, and what is the intercepts, and what is the channel selector, and what is the uh, source, what is the sync, what is the channel, what is the different kind of channels, and what is the different kind of sources. All those things we'll be talking in the other videos. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.